never expected my life to take such a turn when I married Mark. I knew he had Ason from his previous marriage, but I never imagined how much that boy would change everything. Jason was 19. When I officially became his stepmother, he was polite, but distant. Carrying the weight of his parents' failed marriage on his shoulders, Mark assured me that Jason would warm up to me with time, but as months passed, I remained nothing more than an outsider in his world. Then came, that of night one, I will never forget. Mark had to leave town for a business trip, leaving me alone with Jason for the weekend. I didn't think much of it. At first, we had shared the house before, and aside from the occasional small talk, Webb rarely interacted. Something was different that night, something unsettling. It started innocently enough. I was in the kitchen preparing a lated dinner when I felt eyes on me. I turned around to find Jason standing in the doorway, watching me. His gaze was unreadable, but there was an intensity in it that sent, to chill down my spine, "Everything okay?" I asked, forcing a smile. He didn't answer right away. Then finally, he spoke. "You don't have to do all that. Do what pretend like we're a family." The words stung more than I cared to admit. "I'm not pretending," I said, softly. He let out a short, humorless laugh. Right then he turned and walked. Away I sighed, returning to my meal trying to shake off the unease his words left behind, but that was only the beginning the first time it happened. That night, it was just a noise, a sharp knock against the wall in the hallway, outside my bedroom. I dismissed it, thinking maybe Jason had dropped something, but then it happened again. And again, the second time it was louder, almost like something was deliberately hitting the wall. By the third time I was out of bed, heart pounding. I opened my bedroom door, peering into the dimly lethal way Jason. No answer. I checked his room. The door was slightly ajar, but he wasn't inside my stomach. Twisted, where was he the fourth time it came from? Downstairs, a heavy thud, followed by the sound of something dragging. I hesitated before creeping down the staircase, my pulse hammering in my ears. The living room was empty, the kitchen too. But then, I saw it, the back door wide open, swaying slightly. From the wind, Jason was outside. The fifth time I spotted him, he was standing at the edge of the backyard, barely visible in the darkness. He wasn't moving. Just standing there, staring at the house, at me. I swallowed hard. "Jason," my voice was barely a whisper. Still he didn't move. I should have called Mark. It should have locked the doors, stayed inside by curiosity, or perhaps something darker drew me closer. The sixth time as I approached him, I realized something was off. His breathing was ragged, his shoulders trembling. "Jason, what's going on?" I reached out. But the moment my hand got close, he jerked away. "They told me not to let you in," he muttered. My blood ran cold. "Who?" He shook his head violently. I tried to stop them. "Stop who, Jason? You're scaring me." The seventh time he turned to me, his eyes wild with fear. They're already inside, my breath hitched. I spun around, scanning the darkened windows of the house. Nothing seemed out of place, but my instinct screamed at me that something was very, very wrong. Then I heard, at the eighth time, a soft creak not outside from inside the house. My stomach dropped. I wasn't alone. Jason's warning suddenly made sense. I bolted toward the door, but it was too late. The lights flickered, and the last thing I heard before everything went black was Jason's voice, whispering, "I'm sorry, that was the night everything changed. That was the night I realized my Stepson wasn't the one I should have been afraid of. It was them, and they were just getting started."